Hi, welcome to All Things Possible TV. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, frustrated, tired, depressed? Possibly you need to find some balance. Balance in your life, balance all the things that you do. Today's episode is going to be all about that. I found balance in Moab. You would think that Moab, Utah, everybody tries to go climb these amazing, difficult things to climb, obstacles, and they're completely out of balance when they're climbing over them and having a good time. Well, that's what we did this last week as a family. Part of finding balance in your life and bringing it into you to where you can balance all the many things that you juggle is having that downtime. That time to really regroup, spend time with loved ones, work on those relationships, and enjoy yourself. Time to pamper yourself, to take that time, not that at Moab, playing out in the weather, and actually this weekend was cold, so I will be able to share that with you, but to have those times where you get to just embrace the ones that you love, spend the time with family, friends, and doing recreational activities that are fun, exciting, and push your buttons. A lot of times when we take a risk and we do things that are kind of scary, it will give us that balance that we need to know that we can do it, that we're capable, and that we can push past those things. I love to do things a little differently. So you'll see as you watch different episodes that I have on this station, you'll see episodes where I sit and talk with someone or interview someone. You'll also see when I just stand there and talk to you. Obviously, you've probably seen me in a mask or possibly comparing you to a rock. Well, today, I'm going to do it totally different. You're going to see me right now, and then you're going to see beautiful, amazing pictures of Moab. You'll hear me for the rest of our 25 minutes together, but you're going to see different ways of balance, getting things in alignment, strength in those rocks and those formations that I'm going to show you, and how to balance everything that you do compared to Moab. So I'm glad to have you here with me. It's exciting to have you following our show and being involved, getting the tips and the tools that we share with you, and being able to be a part of the All Things Possible community. We love having you with us, and I hope you enjoy the show today. So I found my balance in Moab. Here we go.
It wouldn't be Moab without this beautiful arch known all over the world as Delicate Arch. Look at the detail. Look at how it is balanced and holds up in all of its beauty. It's magnificent. I want to compare this to each of you. You are magnificent. You are beautiful. You have the ability to be balanced in your life with all that you do, and it does not have to look a certain way. As we spend some time together today, I want you to see which of these pictures that you identify with right now and which of these you desire to be more like. As you feel balanced in your life, you will see a difference. This is many formations that stand together in strength and power. They form a wall or a mountain as they stand tall and support each other. You must surround yourself with those that have strength and power and will support you. You are only as strong as your weakest link. So inventory your links and do the repairs needed. Surround yourself with a support system that is positive and constantly moving you forward. This can be difficult at times. You don't want to necessarily not spend time with all these people in your life, but you really do need to take inventory and find out what is working, what's not working, what do you need to let go of, and what will give you strength. Together, standing tall and balanced, we are majestic. You can see from this picture that it's absolutely majestic. We can withstand the storms of life, and we can separate the stumbling stones from the waters, and we are able to find beauty in all we are given. This is a beautiful picture, and we'll see some more like this later in our show today. But I just want you to remember that we can withstand those storms, and those storms will come, but as we stand tall and we are strong, we will be able to separate it. Let the waters be the waters, and let the stumbling stones be the stumbling stones, and that we can still find beauty in all that we're given. As I look at this, I see a lot of stuff, a lot of chaos, no real order. Do you find chaos and lack of order in your life? The formations closest here are balanced in appearance. They're the same height, the same similar look, yet I feel they are more unwilling to be balanced, not clearly defined, and not willing to stand strong. How many times in our life are we not willing to be balanced, to make the changes that we need to make, to take those steps forward, or to change things because it might be hard? How many times are we unwilling to take a good look? As we look beyond them, we can see the splendor and beauty as the rocks are standing strong, balanced, and profound. When we see a closer view of the side of that same formation, it gives us a whole different perspective. There are different levels, different sizes, different amounts of matter. They went through different stresses, different processes, different pressures to create what is there. So what may look like it's not balanced, what may look like it's not what it seems, when we take a deeper look, there's a complete different view. That is how it is for us in our lives. We have all had different areas requiring different amounts of time, different energy, and causing different amounts of stress. This is unique, and so are you. You are unique, and as we begin to bring that chaos and order and those trials into perspective and gain experience, we too have a beautiful and unique foundation that will withstand all that we are given. We have the power to withstand this and be able to handle it and to move forward. In a whole mountainside that you can see here, this is a formation that seems to be standing alone. Yet look at the amount of separate pieces. To be balanced, it took a great deal of time and effort, and I will assume pressure and stress. Yet in the end, it stands tall as a leader among its group, showing beauty beyond measure and unsurmountable strength. That is what I see in each of you. I'm sure that over the thousands of years, the others around here have fallen and crumbled. But yet, this has stood strong. Upon taking a different point of view, you can see that it does not stand completely alone. What I want you to get from these last couple of slides and the last couple of things is that as we take a different perspective, we take a different look at what's going on, we see a completely different view. And sometimes in our life we need to step back and take that different view and see what's going on. It still stands as a leader. It still is a mentor, a leader, and shows us the value in being committed, taking action, and staying strong. It also shows us that we can have great support in having a support system and in surrounding ourselves with other like-minded people. How many times do we do that? Instead of finding like-minded people and people that want us to succeed, we run to our family and the friends that are negative and we hear the opposite and we latch onto it and believe it and we stay stuck. It also shows us that there is value in doing the hard work and continuing on our path for success. Because there's some really hard work involved sometimes when we need to balance and we need to bring everything back into perspective. I see this as being willing to be different. We need to get outside of the box. So much of the time we stay right in the box, and if we will just take a step out, we can create the reality that we really want. How many times do we stay stuck and we do the same thing expecting a different result? Yet year after year, we're right back in the same thing. It's a new diet, it's a new thing, but we're still the same. Being willing to take the steps necessary will allow you to stand as a leader, a person living the life that you have only dreamed of. And what I can tell you is that's phenomenal. When you get to the point where you live the life that you've only dreamed of, it's phenomenal. When I saw this formation, I could see reinforcement in standing strong. It is so easy at times to feel overwhelmed as we have large things on our plate or our schedules and maybe huge trials like a disease or a very sick child. Those can weigh heavily on us. As we overcome and balance these huge trials in our life, we have more strength and power. We learn life lessons that can give us direction and understanding, thus making us more powerful and allowing us to be stronger as we face other things that come to us. As we gain that knowledge and that ability to balance these huge trials, we become stronger. In this picture, what I really want you to see is that you need to be unique. Be yourself. It doesn't have to look a certain way. I said that in the beginning. The arch does not have to look a certain way. It's beautiful, yet it's not it's not the same on both sides. It's not symmetrical. It's all these things that it's not, and yet it's beautiful. It's magnificent. People come from all over the world to see it. So be unique. Believe in yourself and know that you are enough. As we own our power and know who we are able to do so much more. We can do more for others, which gives us more value in ourselves. It is in our uniqueness that we are special and more valuable. Be willing to stand strong. In this formation, we just need to know that even among a group, that you are important. You play an important part in that group. You belong. You are needed. Even when it feels like you don't really matter, look at how this whole formation would fall if one part was removed. We all have purpose. Every one of you are valuable and need to belong. As we hold up our part, we create balance and we create strength as we stand together and stand strong. In this picture, we have a lot of things to balance. We are constantly balancing all these different things in our life. What I'd like for you to do is just look at the top of this. There's 7 items across the top of this wall, this mountain. And we have 6 areas that I like to teach about. There are 6 areas in your life where you need to find balance. And as you balance those 6 areas, then we can add other things. So that 7th area can be something else. That can represent something else for you. Those 6 areas that I teach are spiritual, emotional, financial, physical, your relationships, and your time management. And when any of those 6 are out of balance, they start to throw other things off. To be able to balance those 6 areas, you must be strong in your foundation. Your foundation is your belief system, your willingness to find balance as you schedule yourself, as you simplify your life, and as you give proper priority to those things that matter most. We have to decide where those priorities are and what comes first, what has to wait, and what we have on our plate. As we balance all 6 of those areas, life becomes more manageable and it's easier to deal with. As you bring balance into those 6 areas, everything will function better. When you schedule it, when you plan it, when you are actually taking action and doing something about it, you will find more balance in your life. Results of being out of balance in these significant areas can show up here. Do you see the fallen or dropped rocks? These could be things such as failed relationships, addictions, chaotic schedules, missed opportunities, spreading yourself too thin. Maybe it's, you lost your home or things happened. There are going to be dropped rocks in your life, dropped things. And at times we can just lose it all, and then we become completely out of balance and we give up. That is not what we want. There are times when you'll feel broken and fractured. You can see that this is broken and fractured right in front of us, this big, huge rock. As it fell, it broke and was fractured. Possibly you feel insignificant, or even you might feel that you've been dropped yourself. You might have failed or missed your mark, a mark that you put for yourself. Keep that in mind. Most of the time when we start counting up our failures and we start seeing them, we're looking at them as our own worst critic. Where is your focus? Here we've been looking at this broken rock and these fallen parts. Did we forget to see the parts that are still standing? Look at how magnificent those parts are. Do you only see the negative and what's not working in your life? And do you forget to see the positive and what is working and what you are accomplishing? Look at how beautiful those that are still standing are, and yet we focus on the one that fell. It's proven. I've worked with hundreds of women and some really brave men, but as I work with them, when I first talk with them, they are focused on the 20% of their life that's not working, and they completely do not even acknowledge the 80% that is working. And it happens over and over and over. And this is a good example of that. Here we focus straight on that broken rock in the beginning, that big broken rock, that big failed thing. Yet look at the magnificence in what's still standing behind and what's still there. That is very important because I think we focus way too much on our failures and not enough on our successes. In this next picture, these fallen, dropped, or even broken rocks represent many different aspects in our lives. This could be relationships, it could be the college days, it could be the loss of a job, financial losses, it could be anything that you feel like has gone wrong in your life or that isn't working. Unlike these rocks that will never again be restored or replaced atop of the pillars, they'll never make it back up there. That is not what is for us. We can repair and replace the damaged areas or these painful things in our lives. We can be complete and whole again. We can forgive, we can let go, we can accept ourselves, we can move forward. We have the power within us to manage our life and decide how we want it to be. In this picture, we start to see the storm. How do we, or should I say, how do you handle life when you see a storm coming? When it is out on the horizon, do you begin to complain and get stressed out? Do you go to overwhelm and frustration, possibly freak out and fall apart a bit? Or do you button down the hatches, board up the windows, and hunker down to wait out the storm? Are you prepared for the storms? Because what I can promise you is they will come. You will have storms in your life that are heavy, overwhelming, frustrating, and sad and painful. You will have those storms. They come to all of us. What are you going to do about it? As you look at this, having your 6 areas in your life balanced so you are supported and stable to weather the storms that will come your way as you stand solid on a strong foundation, you have what it takes. You can do it. You will find excitement in the lightning. You will make angels in the snow. You will be liberated as you dance in the rain and then bask in the sun as the storm passes. As those storms move beyond, you will have strength and power. You will have learned what you're being taught. You'll be able to move forward with strength and power and passion. This picture would look much different taken on a warm, sunny day. Yet look at the magnificence and power that you feel in this scene. This scene is depicting a storm. There's snow, there's rain, there's fog, there's all these beautiful, strong, balanced formations. You can see forever. We're up above everything. You can see way out in the distance. In life, it's hard to see the beauty in the storms at times. When we are weathering those storms and going through it, it can be really hard to see the beauty. But as we pass through the storms in our life and we have balance and grace, these storms add passion and fulfillment to our tapestry of life, and it will create the beauty and the magnificent that you see here in your life. There will be times that tragedy and heartaches will come to you. They will come to all of us. They'll feel like they're unmanageable and they're a burden, and they'll seem like way too much to bear, that there's no way that we can balance it or handle it or take it. Yet, when we are balanced, we can support these trials, even when they appear or feel like the weight is overwhelming for us and that it's just way too much for us to handle. There are times when we feel that things are dropped in our lap or even possibly on our plate. It is then that we must know that we still have our power to choose how we deal with it, how we're going to take it, what we're going to do, what the next step is, and how we're going to handle it. Even when things seem huge and dropped right on top of us, we are at choice. We get to choose every moment of every day what we're going to do. We also get to know that there are times when we must lean on others. These are the times that it serves to have a mentor, someone who has gone through similar things and has been strong, someone that is capable to show you the way to gain your own balance again and move forward. There's no reason to stay stuck. There's no reason that you have to lean on someone all the time. Get a mentor. Get someone that can move you forward, give you strength, help you find your power, and give you direction. When we live our life balanced and in control, we can enjoy our journey. Every moment of every day, it can be a beautiful experience. As we are balanced in those 6 areas and everything is working, it is beautiful. We will feel peace and freedom, and we can focus on moving forward and upward, and we can have all of that within our reach. Before we know it, we can choose to be on a pillar that is 300 feet in the air, standing on one leg, looking up with a smile on our face, and know that we are powerful. We're happy and we're experiencing absolute freedom because we have chosen to live our life in balance. It is so freeing when you're balanced, and it is so powerful to believe in yourself and know that you're enough, that this is working. And it's just beautiful to be able to have that ability. It is amazing to see just how many life lessons we can learn as we embrace and observe nature around us. I'll bet you didn't think we could go to that many different areas of our life and have that many lessons. What I want you to remember is that as you stay balanced in your life, you are the delicate arch. You have unmeasurable beauty. You are magnificent. You are breathtaking and of divine worth. You are unique and you have strength and power. You are amazing. Always remember, it does not have to look a certain way.
I hope you've enjoyed the beautiful scenery, the pictures that you were able to see today. I love the delicate arch that you've just seen. The delicate arch is something that people come from miles and miles away. All over the world they come to see this delicate arch, such a magnificent beauty. People come to Moab for all different reasons. Some come to hike, some come to rock climb, some come, and I'm not even sure the term, they jump off with a parachute and free fall until their parachute comes out. We actually saw those this last weekend. And we go down with rock crawlers and jeeps and razors and climb over obstacles. People go down on bicycles. You can even do rafting. But my point is that no matter what your reason is to come to Moab, enjoy the beautiful outdoors, the mountains, the rocks, the formations, they all have to have balance. No matter what you're doing at Moab, you've got to have balance. You've got to align everything together. You've got to make it work. And that's my point of this today, is that you can have lots of different things that you're juggling, that you're working through, a lot of things on your plate. And if you can balance it right, you can hold it up. Think back to those pictures when we really talked about balance, where the rock is this big and the little tiny rock holding it up. You can do it. You can get something that is served up to you that's this big and that's going to take a lot, but you have the power within you to balance it and prioritize what things are important, when, and how to do that, and how to have balance. And I hope that you got a lot out of this today. I love that you're with us on All Things Possible. If you want to go to my website, allthingspossible.biz, again, that's www.allthingspossible.biz. You can get 3 hours of free training if you haven't already done that. And you can also get our 6 traits. I will be doing episodes on the 6 traits right here on this TV station. And you're welcome to come back and hear those, but it would be great for you to get those before we have it, possibly read up on it. So when we study those and we talk about those, that you're ready and that you know what we're going to talk about. So again, thanks for being with us. Thanks for finding your balance in Moab, Utah. And thank you for joining All Things Possible.